He asked me back since I hadn't been on in a while, and he was doing a redo of his seven review.
Yeah. So you're kind of like you're slowly edging back into the spectrum again. I don't know if that's the right term.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on coming back. It's been a slow thing. I was thinking of, for the meantime, just to not have the channel be so empty, is maybe I could do this once a week or so.
Yeah, it's like again, it's totally understandable as well because you're still going through your move and stuff like that. So it's kind of like you're
Yeah.
you're not going to be shoveling out content constantly. Fucking,
No, it's going to be slow around here for a bit. Yeah.
but I was going to ask, do you want me to retweet that you're live and maybe get more people checking in?
If you want to, sure, that would be cool. I know. Let me see. It looks like we only have somebody watching right now.
I'll think that we're live.
Let me
Uh,
see.
oh, oh, oh.
Oh, yeah, it looks like two people stopped by. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Yeah, I just figured I would jump on, just very random. I don't have any topics in mind.
Just free balling it, as the man says.
Yeah, just super random. Let me
That's
see.
that's the that's the best kind of streams as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
somebody says hello.
Hello, Geek Legion of Doom, Chillers Theater.
Long time
Hello.
no see.
Hello.
And
Um,
Chillers
I
Theater says hiya.
hey dude. Kara, are you okay if I bounce off at 11:15?
You're all right. I was thinking of maybe just staying on for an hour or so, just kind of make it a short stream, but just a way of stopping by and saying hi.
Well, I'll stick around as long as I can. Sure, like if you wanted, I could even send the link to Jen and see if she wants to hop on or what would you like?
I'm cool with that. Hopefully, hopefully nobody minds the more colorful topics.
Uh,
I'm
Chillers Theater
you,
says I follow your show and I just popped up. Well, thanks for following and thanks for stopping by. You should definitely check out Marty as well, Trash Picture Show, if you're into stop motion stuff. I'm not sure if Trenchy is working on anything right now.
I don't I don't have anything on the channel at the moment. Well, there's stuff, but it's not new.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, we all have stuff that we have to deal with.
like what when I started working again, I just like I just found it very hard to kind of keep up the content volume. So
Yeah,
I think you
I'm
do a very good job with it, though.
oh yeah, I love the job. I'm delighted with the job, but it's just like you can see it with other people, like probably with yourself, Cara, and Ethel. Jesus, since Ethel started her gig, she's had to pare down a lot of her content, and it's just
Yeah,
life, I suppose. You know.
yeah, I mean, I generally film in bulk on my free days, and um, so that's the only reason I'm able to crank them out. Is I usually just have a routine, so I've pretty much gotten it down. Like I know there was a time a couple of years ago where I was just putting out an insane amount of videos. I was averaging several a week. I'm surprised anyone was able to keep up with me, but yeah, I mean, I work a full 40-hour work week, and then I do this in my spare time.
Do, do you for me? Um, kind of like I don't know if you noticed when um I made my channel because I kind of reached a really bad patch in my fucking life, and I just found it was a great kind of form of catharsis. Because up
Mhm.
until a certain point, I'd been working on comics, Cara, and
Mhm.
that the and I will always say this: it's great at the start, but if you're working on a passion project, don't do it with friends because things can turn south very quickly. But that kind of went tits up, and that was my escape from work. And
Yeah.
when that went bad, I needed another form of escape, and I think YouTube became that kind of outlet, because you need that kind of thing in your life as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Hi, everyone says, stop the philosophical zombies.
Oh,
Hello.
Let me see. Chiller's Theater was saying, oh, wrong one. I love your take on films, a retrospective indeed. I try to offer original or different takes on things because I know everyone's reviewed all these movies 1,000 times over, or if it's something you've never heard of, I try to use my own analysis whenever I look into something. But thank you for saying. And Chiller's Theater was also saying they'll look into your show as well, Marty.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Cara, your different personas for your reviews. Is there is are they're obviously your own creation, but is there certain influences from certain movies for some of them, like the reptile woman and the nun, or is that just your imagination going wild, or do you take little kind of little nods and little kind of character quirks from different characters from other movies to kind of put together that persona and to put together that costume? Actually, I always wanted to ask you that.
To a degree, my spirituality is involved, and that also influences the way I analyze films. Chiller's Theater was saying they like my take on stuff, so I definitely, when I'm in a certain time frame and working with a certain type of deity or spirituality, at that time I was working with snakes as a form of rebirth, and I was coming out of something, and I was trying to strengthen and build myself back up. So I used the snake symbology, which it sheds its skin. It's always looks the same, but it's always something new.
Like
So
it's
that's
it's
where I
a
took that symbology.
yeah, it's a metamorphosis, but you're not
Hmm.
losing your core essentially.
Yeah, I mean, some of it was also inspired by Annie Lennox. Her Bear album cover, it was all symbolic. The big eyelashes, the powdered skin. So
I
I took some from there as well.
I remember in the 90s, mid 90s and late 90s, like there was some absolutely awesome album covers from very kind of avant-garde
Hmm.
musicians. The one that always stuck with me is the I don't know is it on the cover or the back, but it has Tori Amos breastfeeding a pig. And I'm like, Jesus, that woman has some balls to put that in her album. Like, what is she trying to say?
Well, she's been through a lot too, so just the whole symbology of it, I don't know if it's a reference to what she's been through, kind of saying you're not going to hold me down, or I don't know if you're looking at it more from a chauvinistic way to where she's resting her feet on this male pig symbol.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's you could just have some kind of boring kind of art, and I the other thing is you could have other stuff in it as well that's sensationalistic. But I don't think for those album covers, and as you were saying as well with Annie Lennox, some of the stuff I don't know what you call it provocative, but it was done, as you
Hmm.
said, it was done in a very kind of spiritual kind of viewpoint. I just think that that's clever. It's like I want to show off my art and kind of
Yeah,
advertise my content in the way I choose, not in the way that the kind of album producers or record companies want me to.
Yeah. I think it definitely influences the way I view a film during a certain period, especially because I was working with Alien, and that's how I did my reveal. Is as I reviewed the franchise, my look became more extreme towards the end to where it wound up being the reptile, and that's how I introduced the new character, because I was always appearing as myself before, and I was thinking to myself, how am I going to introduce this new persona to where it's not too over the top, but people can realize I'm doing something different.
Yeah, and again, it's just I gotta give you props because some people just like myself included just plop the camera down, but you go that extra mile and extra distance to do that, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
that's kick ass, like you know.
Yeah, I like to take the time and effort, and same thing with my Instagram. It's changed a lot to where I'm more focused on my photography since I'm not really working on video stuff, which is where I also do self promotion, but I've taken that to a more artistic level also. So it's a different aspect of me and how I view things, and there's spirituality mixed in with that as well.
Yeah, I noticed like
uh,
yeah, some of your photographs on Instagram, they're really fucking kind of they're outstanding. I'm not, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your arse either. I genuinely like. I think if even if you're not like an appreciate if you're not a super appreciative of art, you can get something from those photos, like you know.
Hmm. That's all I'm really interested in, is the communication aspect of it. How does it speak to you? Does it,
mhm.
like, is it something that resonates with you? And if it does, if you can take something away, like, huh, my day is different because of this, or this resonates with me because I went through whatever. And that's all I'm really interested in, is how does this speak to you? What do you take away from this? I mean, I see in it what I see and what I was putting out, but I'm not, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Do,
Yeah.
do, do you think there is like art should be first and foremost interpretive by someone who's viewing it, or should it be like from what you're saying? It should be kind of half and half. It should be a passion project for the person who makes it, but
Hmm.
also if someone else sees it, they can see something different from what the. I'm, apologies, Cara, I'm terrible at explaining this, but you go into it creating something and you see it as one thing,
Hmm.
and then someone else views it and they see it as something else. Do you think the artist has kind of fallen short, or do you think that's actually more of a symbiotic way to kind of look at art, that it can mean one thing to the creator and another thing to the person that sees the art and views the art?
I was guilty of that a lot in the beginning, only because I was very excited about my art and my work and my symbology. As I would always make the beginner's mistake, where I was always too eager to say, well, this symbolizes this to me, this means this to me, rather than keeping quiet and letting people say, what does this speak to you? The same way when I was more heavily into writing, I was always more interested in, how does this resonate with you? So it's more for me remembering that, but the that's all it really is what do you walk away with? Does it
Yeah.
resonate with you spiritually, symbolically? Is there something in your life? How does it speak to you? And I'm not going around soliciting to people, tell me what you think, or how does this inspire or motivate you. It's that's for them in the quietness of their own heart.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's really all art should be, is you view a thing, and whatever it is you take away from it, however it touches you or makes you feel, that's, I've already done my job, if I've
Yeah.
given you something to think about.
Yeah,
And
great. The great thing about art is like So people could look at a painting and like 500 different people can look at a painting and see it in an extremely different way
Hmm.
at the same painting, and that is interesting.
Like again, I think the best kind of art is subjective.
Yeah,
I think if as you said, say 500 people looked at a piece of art and they all came to the same conclusion, I do think the artist may have fallen short on that. I think I think it should kind of awaken particular emotions in
Hmm.
different people, varying on who's viewing it and kind of what state their mind is in and how their emotional state is in.
yeah, it should resonate. It should leave an impact.
That's the way I feel, especially my favorite types of filmmakers. There's a very controversial director, Kim Ki-duk, where he presents this topic which a lot of people can say is offbeat or distasteful, but he challenges his audience to view it differently with the way he tells his stories, his camera work. And
Mhm.
it's interesting because it was one of my first film reviews where it was called Bad Guy, and it's a guy that forces a young girl into prostitution because he loves her, but she's a higher class. So it's kind of this whole thing like, you're not going to think you're better than me or higher than me. I'm going to bring you down to my level, but it's not because he's being manipulative and trying to act like he has some ownership over her. It's he wants her to see that they're the same, that there's nothing different, which I know it sounds really weird. And there are parts of the film which I felt so disgusted I wanted to turn it off, and it just felt really dirty. But it was this curiosity: what happens to the girl? Does she get out of there? And it was my curiosity that kept me watching, and I'm glad I did. I won't ruin the ending, but to me, that's art. It kept me. I don't want to say hooked, but it held my interest until the very end.
I've seen that one, Cara. I remember I kind of back in the day
Yeah,
I viciously consumed the Tartan Asian Extreme
I
collection.
loved those.
Yeah, they're brilliant. And I remember watching that movie and I was like, okay, so is she going to change him or is he going to
Yeah,
change her? And you're
it's
like
interesting.
wondering, yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
It's good storytelling. Like, it's hard to watch, I won't lie. And like I said, I was upset with it. And yeah, like the lead guy, the bad guy, it's like you really do see him as disgusting and despicable, and at some point you hate him. And then you start seeing things from his point of view, and that's the really warped part of it. But it, like I said, it challenges you to view things from a different perspective. I'm not saying it's appropriate or acceptable or moral, but if it changes your personal philosophy and how you choose to view things, for example, viewing things from other people's perspective rather than your own, then you've walked away learning something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's I don't know what I call it. One of those classic examples of we all consider ourselves to be the hero of our own story, but
Hmm.
there is that kind of introspective thing with the characters, and they look at themselves as well, like to reach their objectives. Like the girl initially kind of just she wants such it's been ages since I've seen it, but he gets her framed for a crime and she ends up with his death, right, Cara?
Yeah, like he frames her for, I think, ripping up an art book. She was in a bookstore, I remember that,
Yeah.
and she tore out a page from this artwork that she liked, and they set her up to where I believe it was left there on purpose because
Yeah.
they knew she couldn't afford this thing, but she had this interest, and they were watching her waiting. So it's what do you call it? Like, I don't know the term, but it was some kind of a trap.
Yeah,
right.
it was a frame job. I did there's one scene I remember that's like clever that there's a rival gang and they crack a window pane at an angle and
Hmm.
they use it to try and kill our main character if I'm not mistaken. They're carrying across the street as if to look like they're just carrying like a random like a piece of glass, and then they
Hmm.
stab them with it. And that scene stuck with me as well. It's like you think you're safe just in this kind of regular society, but like
No.
that there's yeah, it's just it's weird, but it's a fantastic movie. It's an
Well,
absolutely epic movie to check out as a character study.
definitely, I agree on that one. Let me
What's it
see.
called?
Bad Guy. I I
Uh,
don't think it's Japanese. I forget what it is.
And I'm gonna carrot. Give me a sec. Do, do,
I've
do.
never heard of it, but you guys are kind of selling me on it.
Yeah, the director, his name is Kim Ki Duk. Written out, it looks more like Kim Ki Duk, D-U-K.
Oh,
But a lot
gotcha.
of his stuff is really good.
Uh,
Uh, let's
uh,
see. I was going to hop
oh,
over really quick and chat with the chat. Yes, that one.
yeah, I'm trying to find out what country it's from. I think you're right. I think it is Japanese, carrot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know Vietnamese film was getting big at the time too. They were just dipping their toes in the pool, so I wasn't too sure.
Oh, wait, I got it wrong, carrot. It's Korean.
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 Okay, see it. I wasn't sure.
No, I shouldn't be surprised because like it kind of just Korea kind of took the spotlight of Japanese cinema
For a
there.
while, yeah.
Yeah, like with the Vengeance trilogy, which
I
is a
love those.
which would be your favorite?
I'd have to go with the first one, but the one with the women's prison would definitely have to go second.
Yeah, Lady Vengeance. The first
Yes,
one, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. That one is so sad because
it is. And the twist
like
ending, it's like, oh, that was disgusting, but you don't see it coming.
yeah, like they're like Old Boy. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is great. Old Boy is great. I think Lady
Yeah.
Vengeance has. Would you say it has the most optimistic ending out of the three?
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in, I want to say 8 years.
Essentially, Trenchy, this woman gets stitched up for the murder of children, a horrible murder of children,
Hmm.
Oh,
and she's sent to prison. And the person who actually murdered the kids ended up impregnating her. She was a teenager, and she was sent to prison, and she was separated from her daughter. And when she gets out, she devises a plan with the help of some of the people who she met in prison to get revenge. And by the end of it, she realizes that she isn't the only one who deserves this revenge. And there's, I'm not gonna give away the ending, but you have to check it out.
yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
there's three of these movies, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's. Oh, sorry, Kara. Sorry.
No, I was just agreeing, but I don't remember the name of the third one.
Okay, so the first one is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. The second one is the best known. It's Old Boy, and the third
Yeah.
one
Oh,
is Lady Vengeance.
I've seen
Yes,
Old
okay.
Boy.
Yeah, I haven't seen the remake yet. I have a copy somewhere.
Oh, Kara, wide Bert, wide fucking Bert.
Although I haven't seen it, but it's like, why remake Old Boy to begin with?
Oh,
Well, not just that, but I forget if it was an American remake and they just don't translate well. They're CRAP.
Uh, I think it was Spike Lee, the guy that did Do the Right Thing. I think he
yeah,
did it. I could be wrong.
he did, and he got some beats right, but um, I'm just gonna be dead honest, and this isn't a criticism on just the movie making in America, but it's criticism in a lot of cinema in the West. Um, Remakes of foreign movies, especially extreme foreign movies,
Yeah.
uh, they they they're usually neutered. The Martyrs remake, Old Boy remake, um, they're watered down, and it's not even the kind of like extreme or violent kind of things. it's just I think they're also, and again, I don't want to be. I don't want anyone to think I'm taking a piss out of America, because
Oh,
it's
you're
just
good.
No, I mean, I agree. I think the remakes are terrible. I prefer to watch the original. That's my opinion. It's things don't translate right, and then certain things
it,
are altered because they don't think American audiences can
they're
digest.
dumbed down. I'm
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, cinemas better. No, but they are dumbed down, and I think that totally undermines the original project, or the
Hmm.
original piece, and that
Yeah,
no.
I don't like having the story spoon-fed to me. Like, give me the plot, but leave it vague enough to where I can make my own opinions and then find out at the end if I was right or not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think people really don't give, certain filmmakers in Hollywood don't give the audience the benefit of the doubt. Like, not everyone watches the fucking Kardashians, fucking, there are
No.
people out there.
I think a lot of them try to hit as much people as possible, and that's
Mhm.
why instead of focusing on quality, they're focusing on quantity, and
Yeah,
maybe that's why some of the films are kind of dumbed down.
well, my favorite thing to pick on, and I'm not up on comic books, but I see it a lot, is with Marvel. They're trying to reach the general audience, and they're alienating their built-in audience. And I was a casual viewer, but I also see that with WWE stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't watch modern WWE, but I don't I don't know. Every time I try to check in, it's always whack. Like I'm
Oh,
hoping they'll get better with Triple H in charge, but I think there's hope there. But I don't know.
Hey, Deacon.
yeah, I
Hey,
had
again.
like I forget, was Triple H overseeing NXT?
Oh, he's in charge of the whole company now because the whole WWE. Because Vince stepped down because of there's like allegations for him with sex crime.
I'm amazed that didn't happen years ago.
It
Yeah,
was
he's scummy. I don't know much of his background. I stopped watching, I want to say about 3 months ago, so I'm behind on all the wrestling gossip.
he's done worse. I mean, he's done like he. I'm pretty sure he paid off the cops to let Snuka get away with killing his girlfriend. He essentially let Owen Hart die, which was
Yeah,
an accident, but he still let the show go on, and
well,
people were
they
like,
never should have changed the, I forget what it was, the latch. The original one they had, even though it was slower, was more secure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like this is really bad. Like he's done a lot of horrible things, and probably some stuff we don't know about.
We have Deacon. Hello.
Deacon,
Hey,
what's
hello, how are
Sorry, I
you?
wasn't ignoring you. We were in the middle of a conversation.
Oh, that's all right. I arrived late. Max, the lovely gigantic pooch that he is, required a walk before I could jump on. But
No
how is
worries.
everybody?
Cara? Ethel just contacted me, and she's free at the moment. May I drop her the link?
Sure, I'm not sure where Ethel's at. I put it in the Twitter chat. I don't know if it got buried.
I can send the link from
Oh,
the initial link you sent.
okay.
I'll send it to her.
Yeah,
And again, I'm not, I hope I'm not like overstepping here. I just thought maybe you might want to, like, well, whatever you think.
No, I'm all right. If Ethel wants to stop by, that'd be totally cool. I haven't had a chance to catch up with Ethel, and I don't remember how long.
A lot of us haven't actually. She's again, her new gig kind of.
Oh, okay.
Um,
uh, I talked to her a little bit one day, and she was like, "Yeah, we won't be doing Friday this week because of the job." And
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Sunday as well. Well, it is Sunday, but I'm assuming she wasn't gonna do one today either.
Oh, thank you, Chillers Theatre.
Yeah, I fell behind on the chat. Let me see if I can get back to that really quick. But yeah, the where I left off was Chillers was saying, I'm new to YouTube, just experimenting here with the channel. So I will have to take a look at that. I haven't kept up with who's new and who's working on what. I've been taking a break myself for a while.
I don't blame you. I think we've all taken a break for a bit. All of us are a little bit out of the loop recently.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Deacon? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I finally pieced myself back together, and the new pooch is so lovely.
Also, I found those boglins. I need to send them to you, so send me your address.
And you need to send me yours so I can send you all the minis I've collected so far.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, I've now got some set pieces that enables you to make a proper witch's cottage.
Nice.
But how is everybody
The zombie was
been?
saying,
How
oh,
are
sorry.
you? Oh no, after you.
No, I was just going through the comments, but Stop the Zombies was saying your channel is criminally unsubscribed. Sorry, I love your movie reviews. Thank you for saying. And there's Ethel.
Hey, Apple.
Hey,
Hey,
stranger.
hey.
How you doing?
Howdy.
Howdy.
I know, long time no see for a lot of you guys, but it's good to see everyone.
Well, Deacon, you had a really good expression for it as well. A bad case of real life.
Oh, oh my God, we're all having an attack of life.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
attacks of
happens.
life. Yeah, you just stand around, you're enjoying everything, and then all of a sudden, life attacks you.
But yeah, no, Kara, if you were to change, or if you wanted to add a new format to your channel, is there anything you've been thinking about trying differently, or anything you wanted to kind of is there any kind of things about like audio commentaries on movies, or like where you watch a movie and just like record yourself watching it and give your own point of view? Have you thought about doing anything like that, or is there anything?
I've thought about that, but I would probably do it in clips in order to avoid YouTube issues. So I would probably only show the parts of commentary where I'm actually commentating on a particular scene instead of sitting through the entire movie.
No, but what I've seen people do is essentially they don't like they record the audio of them watching the movie and they're talking, and then they upload it to YouTube with the poster of the movie, and then you can put your movie on, you can put that movie on and have you, or say Deacon or Ethel, playing in the background giving an audio commentary.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That'd probably be a better way of going about it because you can watch it on your own television screen.
Yeah. Ethel, any plans on coming back to having the watch alongs?
Oh yeah, eventually I plan to be back. I've taken sort of an impromptu hiatus, not because I want to, but because, well, I'm just too damn busy, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to come back, but it's like, damn, every ounce of free time I have has been kind of rerouted to my job, whether I like it or not.
Mm.
Take all the time you need. We'll always be.
But I'll be back.
Yeah. I don't doubt Ethel will be back. You can't keep a good girl down.
Yeah.
But
Let me see.
what you guys get up to over the weekend? Cara, did you do anything crazy or interesting or exciting over Saturday and Sunday?
I took a lazy day. I was in bed all day listening to music. I think I annoyed people with all of my music tweeting.
No, I love that, because I love when people tweet out music. I'm like, oh, I'll listen to that. I'll check that out.
Mhm.
What about yourself, Trench?
Uh, Nothing much. I just pick up and stuff and watch some movies and hang out with my family. Nothing really crazy. I did some streams.
Uh,
Yeah.
What about you, Trashed? What did you get up to over the weekend?
I was working, and I was working, and I hung out with my gorgeous lady Jen. And on Friday, obviously, I watched Prey. I done a review for that, and I'm on
Yeah.
night watches later on to do a kind of spoiler discussion. And then I'm on Monty's on Tuesday. I mean, fucking sick of this movie, but but I love the movie. Check the movie out. It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. Geek Legion was asking earlier um, what anyone thought about the new Predator movie.
Um, it's good. It's really good. It's an 8 out of 10 movie. Um, there's people going on saying, "Oh, it's almost as good as the original." It's not, and it's just a wee bit below Predator 2 and a wee bit over Predators, but it's certainly better than the AVP movies and the Predator. Um,
Hmm.
I recommend a double watching because you could watch it obviously plain English, or you can watch it with a Comanche dub, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And if you like seeing French people get horribly mutilated by
Oh,
an alien, watch it because
Ooh.
it's
Yes, those French people were not surrender monkeys. They put up a fight.
yeah. Well, one of them gets pulped.
but
It's brilliant. One of them gets pulped with a net. So
I
Oh,
haven't had a
yeah,
chance to see it at all. I know the Jersey Wolf hated it.
yeah, the thing is, and no offense to Mike, I love Mike the bit, but he hated that movie before it was released. He went into that movie. He had that. He was going to die in that hill, one way or the other. It's like the main complaint people are giving is like, how can like this young Native American woman take out the predator? And it explains it. And she's not a Mary Sue. I'm not gonna. I'm Cara. This is your stream. I'm not gonna fucking do another movie review Prey on your stream. Sorry.
Well, here's a question, Trash, and this may not be a spoiler for everybody, but what did you think of the item that at the end the
That
woman gave to Chief?
mm, that
Yeah, yeah.
that leaves a plot hole.
Yeah.
So we have to get a sequel in
Mm-hmm.
that time period
Mm-hmm.
to resolve it.
Oh, I
So
absolutely agree. As soon as that happened, it was like, oh, okay.
no,
They're
no,
trying to, they're trying to get the continuity right, but no,
no.
they have to follow it.
They tried getting the continuity right, but they ended up screwing it in the backside. Apologies,
Mm-hmm.
Cara. I'm going to nerve rant here.
No rage.
No, but I would, dude, I would have had it that one the predator's buddies comes to pick up his corpse, and she's the gun drop there, and one of his buddies takes it, picks it up and takes it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the next movie go to Edo era Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that
that would be cool. And
that
I'm
what
gonna stop.
everybody else like to see like the Predators at a time period.
Sorry, Trench.
You.
Oh, my bad. I think my audio is messing up.
No, you're okay. Just say it again, dude.
Oh, I said that like you said, ancient Japan. Like, where would everybody else like to see the Predator in like any time but the present?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm going to apologize to Cara because I'm after hijacking her stream.
Oh, my bad.
No, not you. I'm apologizing to Cara because I've hijacked her stream. I'm going to.
Arr, Trash Picture Show, the pirate of the
No,
YouTube.
I'm not gonna be that kind of douche. Um, Apologies, Cara.
Oh, no worries.
Just you, when you get me talking about a particular topic, very hard to stop.
No,
But-
you're good. I mean, I haven't seen it at all. I don't have an opinion or anything.
Um,
I would recommend
I will say,
watching it for itself.
yeah, I will say it does do a really good depiction and a fair depiction of Native Americans. It doesn't Hollywoodize them or kind of make them like it doesn't Doctor Quinn them either. They're not like all super noble. Some of them are kind of dicks in the movie as well, and there's an explanation for that. It's an interesting movie, and I'm going to shut up and move
Oh.
on.
No, I was actually going to say I
They,
like that they went the tribal route because you don't see that much, especially in big budget films. The last major theme I remember seeing was Apocalypto, and I like seeing different representation.
And yeah, you're dead, especially in a franchise like this. Now, it's not it. Predator isn't like Star Wars or Star Trek or like it's not a big franchise, but it's fairly popular. Like it's a fairly
Mhm.
popular IP. Like you know.
when's it gonna get When's it gonna get an animated parody like Lower
Oh.
Decks? Like, can we see the Predator get like an IT job or something and like he's trying to
Maybe
figure it out?
like
Well,
just
So he
see him
keeps
working.
killing his coworkers by accident.
Just like
if he's running a kissing booth, I don't see why not.
See, now I've just got an image going through my head of bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the predators after you?
They could
the
do a sitcom where the predators live next door to the xenomorphs and they don't get along and wacky hijinks ensue.
that would be great.
That would be
I
an
Love
interesting
Lucy.
crossover.
Like I Love Lucy. I suck you to the moon. I suck you to Yacha Prime. Ooh. But yeah, it's fun. Check it out. You should check it out. I give it a fair shake. Cara actually? Have you seen Day Dem yet?
No, I haven't. I found out about it just yesterday, and I was curious about it. I don't know if it has anything to do with how people are using it. It's not anything new, but
No,
how it's you see it more.
nobody'd see it coming.
Nobody what?
Ethel? I think her audio bugged out.
Oh, yeah, we can't hear you, Ethel. Sorry.
No, Jen reviewed it, and she says it's like her and Christian said it's a subpar slasher, but it's a really good examination on conversion camps.
Mm.
So it's like a slasher at a conversion camp.
Oh, well, hopefully it's not as bad as the Latin American ones. Those are terrible.
Jesus, I like the actual conversion camps.
Yeah, I've heard some heinous stories.
I don't know. I kind of like it's like live and let live. Jesus Christ, like I don't
I
get
wish people would do that. Like I'm very naive. Maybe it's just the way I view things, but I thought people in this day and age were more open-minded because everything's so. You talk about it more in music now. You talk about it more in film. You see it at the front of high schools, but people are still so head up their butts. It's kind of like keep up. The world is changing, and the
I
thing is, it was
do.
always that way. It's just people are talking more now.
People have are more comfortable to talk about it, but I do think things like Hollywood and music and stuff like that. I think it's tokenistic. I don't know if it's genuine as they put out. I think it's just hey, look at us, look at us.
Pandering.
You look when June rolls around, you have like so many companies and corporations like Nestle giving kind of pride flag kind of packaging and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you want to jump on the bandwagon, but you don't want to back it up. I don't know what
No,
studio or. Oh, sorry.
no, I see that a lot with Amazon Prime, like all the new movies that they're putting out, and they seem to be very forward and modern thinking. Who knows if they actually are, or if they're doing that to compete with Disney because they want to be on the same level, but Disney is more conservative.
The,
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't know what company it was, but they were like priding themselves on like, yay, pushing forward the pride agenda, but they were also getting monetization and governmental backing from a person who's trying to put back the right to same-sex marriage, and you're like, you're fucking taking with one hand and stealing with the other. You're like, you're full of
Yeah,
shit. You're super hypocritical, and that's
hypocrite.
you know,
That
Uh,
makes no sense.
I think the sad thing too is there's probably people out there who are genuinely making stories about that because either they are that or they want to like genuinely write about that and make stories, and it's getting washed up with the tokens, and they're just being thrown under that label as well because of the people that are just doing it to be in the in crowd or they get
yeah,
brown.
it's not genuine. It's
Like
Yeah,
full of shit.
a genuine
the
piece of overshadowed. Oh, my bad, Cara. My bad.
Oh no, I was going to say, and I don't know if I'm stepping on any toes, but I was watching that Clarice show, and I like how a character on the show said that they didn't appreciate the way that Buffalo Bill was depicted in the media because it hurt the entire community, and that's a very modern way of viewing it. And like I say, I'm naive about certain subcultures to where it had never even occurred to me. So it was an eye-opening moment. It wasn't more like the like a how dare you preachy thing. It just made me realize something that I had never thought about.
Welcome back, Ever.
You dare, Ethel?
I think she's having mic issues.
Yeah.
I heard the sound and then it goes silent.
See, I swear it's my Gremlins. As soon as I turn up, everybody else's tech goes wrong.
Eh,
You're good.
They follow me everywhere.
Remind me to never let you near a fucking dialysis machine, Deacon. My
yes,
goodness.
you should keep gummy bears in your pocket whenever they're around. Just toss them out. That way they're chasing after the candy.
Wait, Karen, did you think I said Daleks?
What?
Did
I
you
heard
think I said
dialysis.
Daleks? No, I said dialysis.
Yeah, I heard dialysis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Daleks. You know the way that fucking who was it? Which doctor was it that said offered? Was it? Oh crap! Who had the scarf, Deacon, and the big hat?
Oh, Tom Baker, the Eighth Doctor.
Yeah, he used to. Sorry, Kara. I just. Oh yeah, no. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. I thought you were joking about that point. Sorry.
No, I was saying because Deacon was talking about having gremlins, I was saying he should carry around gummy bears to distract them.
That'll be
I,
cool.
Although, can you imagine my Gremlins versus Daleks? That would be interesting.
that would be interesting. Just,
I wonder if a gremlin could control a Dalek. Like climbing
they'll
in
have to
it.
open up the top and like pull out the kind of octopus thing. Oh, actually, fun fact, guys.
Is
Zach
that how
Galligan
dialysis works? It has an octopus thing in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't.
No,
Have
I
you
said
watched it?
I said dialysis.
Had
Is
you-
that how dialysis works? It's got an octopus in it.
Yeah, that's you gotta
Ah.
have a. You gotta like that's how all the switches are controlled.
Oh, smart things.
What was I going to say? Did you know that Zach Galligan is coming back for the Gremlins animated series?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, but I just hope that they do a good job.
I'm really
But this
interested because
cartoon,
sorry, Trench.
oh, they're doing a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't know about that.
Hopefully it'll come out because it's supposed to be on HBO Max, and someone told
Oh
me HBO Max
no,
is
Yeah.
knocking all their animated stuff.
that's
Oh, yeah.
Discovery, because Discovery is like, they canceled a lot of DC shows, and they were like, oh, Batgirl's finished. We're not going to release it because of tax write-offs, and they're not releasing a Scooby-Doo special. They
Oh,
canceled a whole bunch of shit.
oh, that's no good.
And they destroyed the CW, essentially. Which, I mean, maybe not a bad thing, but you know, some people liked it.
The CW.
Yeah.
Weird.
It stands for cow waste.
Complete waste of time.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Hello,
I like
Kara.
the Arrowverse. And Riverdale's still getting a new season.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. I hope we don't drive you mad, even though we go to.
Well,
Oh,
we
it's the
start off
from
that way and
dude.
we become sane the more we go.
Really? That's how it works? Okay.
Well, we crazy ourselves to sanity, which is the opposite because then we make ourselves even more mad because we're not used to it.
You're driving me so crazy. In a minute, I'm going to be sane.
Deacon, your left eyelid seems to be malfunctioning. I can see your eye when you put it down. Hey, gorgeous!
Oh, that's because unfortunately the skin is see-through.
Ah,
Oh, you should see some of my other avatars. Some of them are
This whole time
weird.
I thought you were winking at Marty.
Hello, Marty.
thanks, babe. Although Jen will kill you. Jen will kill you.
Oh, she can try, but I am already undead, so it'll be entertaining.
Cara, Ethel got back to say sorry, her internet is crapping out.
Oh, no worries.
It might have something to do with the heat. Just to let you know that she was please let Cara know and the others that I was unable to rejoin the stream in a reliable fashion.
Oh, no worries.
It's all good, Ethel. We all have tech problems once in a while. I'm just glad that
Yeah.
you're okay, and there is always next time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Especially if I'm around, tech problems are abundant.
I hope you'll come around more, Deacon. I missed you.
I shall be more around more, especially since my sleep pattern is finally in some kind of order.
Like, you don't have to, like, if you don't want to, because I know life is busy, but if you can, it would be nice.
Oh, trust me, since I got Max now, sorry for taking over your stream, Gara. But
Oh,
since
no.
I got Max,
Everyone seems to be doing that to poor Cara.
But yeah, since I got Max, my new emotional support dog, I am doing a lot better.
That's good.
Yeah, he's my little buddy. I say little buddy, even though on his hind legs he's taller than I am when he puts his head up. Yeah, he's a big boy.
So he's a big doggo.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Trench, did you try the thing with the rice yet in your phone?
No, I haven't got a chance to.
Okay.
But I got rice. I honestly don't. I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it'll work because I've tried it before, but I haven't tried it in a plastic bag. But I'm gonna try it.
Okay,
So,
just leave it overnight maybe. It might get the moisture out.
I
yeah,
wonder if that works on athlete's foot. There I go with my random questions again.
It might work on athlete's foot, because athlete's foot is basically just a fungal
Deacon,
infection. Yes?
Deacon, did you ever finish that show From?
I did. I've been trying to get into a time when everybody's available, but it's kind of like, no. But yes, I did, and I ended up going, grr, arg, interesting. They better do a goddamn season 2.
hey Mac.
I won't spoil the ending, but yeah, they really need to do a season 2 to answer some questions.
Okay, Cara, I got a weird random question, right? Did you ever do some serious Cronenberg Did anyone ever do some serious Cronenberg-esque mutilation to cure an ailment and it actually worked?
I'm not sure I'm understanding the question.
Okay, so I used to have like a massive wart on my hand, and I got pissed off with it one day, and I got a block of sandpaper, and I literally sanded it off my hand right down to the root. Has anyone ever done that? Has anyone like, I don't like this extra digit?
Oh God, an extra digit.
Well, believe it or
No.
not, there's actually a psychological condition for that.
That's a bit brutal, Marty.
No, but like, not to that extent. But I'm just saying, like, have you ever had like a hand toenail or like, you know, like a wound on your finger or a scab or something that was like, fuck this, and you just like boiled it off, or you put it out with a cigarette or something like that?
Oh gosh.
I'll pop the needles, but not a cigarette.
Okay.
I mean, I've picked at scabs, but I think I'm too much of a wimp to go that extreme.
I used a fork once, but you gotta be
Use
careful.
which?
A fork. Like a puff.
A fork?
He used a fork, Luke.
Ew, Trengy. A fork. God.
What
Why are you guys going so brutal?
Did you have dinner before or after using the fork?
Oh no, it was a clean fork.
It added flavor, Cara. It added flavor.
Oh, what?
What about you, Deke? You're a ballsy, crazy motherfucker who has a massive kind of knowledge and despisement for normal medicine. You ever try any of that shit?
I took a pair of nail clippers and files to a callus that was on my toe. That took a while. Got down to the flesh and had to wait for the skin to heal. And I ended up doing one time giving myself dentistry.
Jen just said that as a Jen. Why did your mother pluck out? What was it? Rotten? Obviously, it was rotten. It wasn't a healthy tooth.
Yeah, I was about to say that's hardcore.
Sure hope it was rotten. I mean, don't want to yank out perfectly good tooth.
Yeah, luckily
did
mine
anyone
was
ever
rotten.
Walton's their tooth?
Do what?
Oh, did anyone ever Walton's their? There's an episode of Walton's where John Boy has a seriously bad tooth, so they attach a string onto it and leave it on the door, and they wait for the next person to come in, and that just yank that bastard out.
I was about to ask that if Jen's mom did the doorknob trick.
I've never done the doorknob trick, but I used to just, like, when I would have like a rotten tooth, I used to just grab it and yank it out.
Oh.
But those were only rotten ones.
Yeah, Jen says it was rotten. She saw her dad do it when she was a kid.
Well, at least it was a rotten tooth, and at least it was string and not the actual doorknob.
Cara, sorry about the weird topic. I just.
No, you're all right. I mean, I overtook your stream last time with all the weird questions.
But no. Just I remember. So I was in woodwork class, and I was just fucking filing down this wart. I think it was Declan McNabo was next to me. He looked over, saw what I was doing, and literally just upchucked on the floor. And I just kept on going, and just, what happened? I'm just playing in a wart off my hand. And the woodwork teacher was like, "Oh, you sick bastard!"
But back then, needs must.
Oh.
Deacon,
So
wait, what do you mean back
job.
then, Deacon?
What?
What do you mean back then, Deacon? I'm not 100. I'm the same go as you do.
Yeah, but times have changed since we were young.
Back in 1920.
I was thinking the 1800s.
Yeah, so was I kind of like 18.
You're probably a teenager at that time.
Oh, thanks.
Back when I was young And Trash was still in puberty.
Back in 1944 when I was still a little boy.
What?
back in
Wasn't even
1759.
born yet.
Did either of you guys read Garth Ennis's Preacher growing up?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
There's a brilliant line in it where Cassidy is telling how he was bitten by a vampire in Ireland in 1916 Rising. It was the summer of 1916, and Fright Night wasn't out in video yet, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I love that line. It's a brilliant line.
Trenchy, how much do you remember about last night?
Oh, I was told about it in detail by my sister.
What happened?
This sounds racy.
I was thinking a blackout moment, but it did sound like
Sometimes I get really tired and I see things, and apparently there was something to do with a rapist Christmas tree.
With
a rapist.
a racist or rapist?
Oh, rapist. I guess
Okay.
it was trying to rape someone.
So you had a Christmas tree that
No.
had a serious case of unrequited wood.
Oh, and there was other
Trenchy,
things.
you're
involved,
missing some
also was
key.
part of the mob.
Trenchy, you're missing some key details about that Christmas tree.
Okay,
it's full of needles.
just a heads up, guys. Keep in mind, this is Kara's stream. This isn't me or Jen's stream. So just, okay. Oh God, the poor woman probably want to keep this highbrow.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a Jen story. Jen says.
Right, Christmas tree. Get back to the Christmas tree.
She's arguing. Save that material for my stream.
I was involved in some situation.
Christmas
Like it
balls
wasn't
were
like you
involved.
were
I
twerking
just
bare
wanted
butt
to
on a
know if
Christmas
you
tree full of
remembered.
pine needles, were you?
I don't remember. My sister just told me I was yelling "Be happy" and something about the rapist Christmas tree and such.
I've just had a bad image. No.
Oh, you just made my Uber ride extremely awkward. Don't look him in the eye.
Trenchy, all I wanted to know was if you remembered. That was it, Trenchy. You didn't need to give details.
See, now I've just got images of Trenchy running away from a Christmas tree that's got a branch extending out, barbed like a
Oh, it
cat's
was way. Just know it was way worse than he's even making it out because there's some details he's leaving out about it. So
Was
just
this
know
an
that.
Evil Dead Christmas
Remember
tree?
all the details. I'm just doing what my sister told me.
What?
Well,
Did
you
it
were
stuff
telling
into the
us some
pine
weird
cones?
shit last night.
I want to be whatever, guys. I want to be the head of the Uber driver that's driving Magnum Mac around as he's listening to us. That's
Yeah.
gold.
Also,
Do not make eye contact. That would make it weirder.
See, you're never going to look at an evergreen in the same way again.
Well,
Oh, sorry, Mac.
Trenchy, do you at least remember the details you told us about the Christmas tree?
I just been told there was a Christmas tree, and June was there. Oh, and Sasha was doing some illegal activities with a cop or the mob.
That's kind of a good
Okay.
thing, Mac, because otherwise they might find out where we buried the bodies.
And Machine Gun Kelly was also involved. I don't know why.
Okay, so you don't even remember. Okay, Marty, this is going to be probably the most horrifying thing you're ever going to hear, but this came from the mind of Trenchy, and I'm going to say it just to get it clear out
The
here.
June bug.
Yesterday,
The June-
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
we were. Oh, sorry, interrupted.
No, I was saying uh-oh. It started at
Okay, the
bandstand.
Christmas tree had June's face.
Oh my good God, no.
Oh yeah, June was there
That's what
too.
Trenchy told us yesterday.
So, not only were you nearly molested by a Christmas tree, it had the face of a racist ginger bigot.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was the most horrifying thing you would think of.
Damn it.
Why am I getting a very twisted version of the Gremlins here, where the kid's walking through the house all dressed as a Christmas tree?
No, look.
It would make sense. It was that weirdo Feldman, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cara, don't get Trenchy started on Corey Feldman. He hates him. He's his natural enemy.
I didn't know.
You can talk about Corey Feldman, it's fine, but he could go fuck himself. I like his movies, though, but he could go fuck himself.
I was about to say, Trenchy, I thought he was in your favorite film, The Goonies.
Oh, he is. He is, but what he does in real life is not good. He should have just stayed as a child. Then he wouldn't have been able to hurt anybody.
Yeah, it makes sense, Jen.
So does that mean you want to go back in time to just before he became problematic and seal him up in an airtight container and just say, stay like that forever?
No, hold on a minute. Deacon, I'm going to dust off, but before I go, there's no amount of time travel. I believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. I believe in trying to reach people, but to quote Cool Hand Luke, some people you just can't fucking reach, and Junebug is one of them. He is an absolute... If cancer took human form, it would be Junebug. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not. I'm not trying to be a dick here. You've interacted with him. Trenchy sure as fuck has interacted with him. Cara has bared the brunt of his intolerance. Not Cara, host Cara. Cara at the bottom here. Like,
Yeah,
the
me.
dude is an absolute pestilence. I'm sorry. I know he's sometimes your friend, Trench, but
Well,
I have had...
my relation with him is complicated. I don't even know if he's truly a friend. He's just a guy I hang out with sometimes.
But I think the dude is the absolute worst that you can come by in this platform. And I'm not saying that at a hyperbole.
Any chances to change, and he hasn't changed.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Deacon can testify for me. Cara at the bottom, sure as shit, can testify for me. This guy is fucking disaster and carnage walking. And whoa. Anyway, guys, I gotta bounce because I go on to Night Watch's channel. Cara, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks a million for having us on. Okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
Get you later, Trish.
See you later. Bye, Trenchy. Bye, Cara. Bottom Cara. Bye, Deacon.
Bye.
Bye, Marty.
Good night.
Kind of sounds weird when you've got top Cara and bottom Cara.
If it's any easier, you guys can just call me Retro or Kara K and Kara C.
Yeah, because we spell it different. I spell it with a C, you spell it with a K.
Retro Cara and new Cara.
Yeah. That kind of works in a funny way.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yes, everything Marty says is true about that ginger dude.
I wouldn't know. I don't know who you guys are talking about.
He's a thing. Max knows him too.
Yeah, just basically all you gotta know, Car, is that just know everything Marty said was true about that dude. That's pretty much it on him.
So much for the benefit of the doubt for someone I've never even met.
I haven't
not really a person you want to meet. Oops, sorry.
I haven't interacted with him enough to give a fully informed opinion. But if he pops in, I'll give him a chance and one chance. But that's because I don't have the same experience and amount of time to talk to him as everybody else has.
Well, I'd say when you want to give him a chance, go ahead. I'm just saying it's not going to be the best. But I guess giving them one chance ain't too bad.
Yeah, I try to work on the premise of give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but if they come with a warning label, just give them one chance. Don't give them loads, just give them one.
Yeah, he did do that, Marty.
Oh yeah, that's not something you do.
He's a handful.
But what would people like to chat about? Let's try and lighten the mood and
I know that kind of killed the whole stream. We all became very quiet, like we're going to church or something.
We're all gonna die in a ball of flame because we are all the same.
Well, I'm gonna wear that two-piece I've always been too embarrassed to wear. If I'm going out, I might as well wear something I always wanted to try.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, wear what you want.
If it makes you feel pretty, then do it.
If it makes you feel good, do it.
Yeah. Try everything once, and if you enjoy it, do it again until it becomes problematic.
If you don't like it, then you learned your lesson.
Oh, yeah. This is how I learned I don't like fire eating. It kind of like gives me heartburn.
Well, I got a topic. What's everyone's favorite food? Because mine is chicken.
I like cheese.
Ooh, I like steak.
Frenchy, what's yours?
Oh, oops, my bad. Mac and cheese or spaghetti?
Oh, you're a pasta fiend.
Or you can throw beef and macaroni together and have chili mac.
Oh, yeah,
or you can throw steak and cheese together and have a steak and cheese melt baguette.
Yeah, steak is good, but it's kind of expensive, so it's not something we can have all the time. But it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's where
You
I
have
live near the
to
country.
go to Walmart at the end of the week when they put all the meat on sale because they're trying to clear it out before it hits the expiration date.
Right.
What makes a Komodo dragon so dangerous? I feel like I could just kick it out of the way.
Oh, I remember this.
You could try kicking it out of the way, but it is a 200 to 300 pound lizard, which can be up to 6 feet long, has teeth and jaws that can clamp down with about 500 to 750 pounds of pressure per square inch, pretty much like an alligator. And their bite is so venomous that unless you're treated within, say, an hour,
they carry a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, you're going to suffer blood poisoning and die within 3 days. In which case, they'll just eat your corpse.
Oddly enough, in the early 2000s, there was speculation that they could have been the cure for cancer. So they were trying to take blood samples from Komodo dragons.
Yeah, and some of the researchers really didn't like what happened because one guy had to have his leg amputated from the leg down. From the knee down, sorry. But yes, they are
he was
also...
probably trying to keep you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. After you.
I was just saying, like, if you try to kick them, there's a chance they're gonna bite down on your leg, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, because they won't let go.
And you'll hurt your foot.
Yeah, and when they're moving in a straight line over a short distance, they can move at about 25 miles per hour. Humans can't move that fast.
No.
Yay. And they can also smell blood from up to half a mile away and track it down anywhere. They are dangerous. You do not want them as pets, and you do not want them on your tail. If you see one, don't even climb a tree. Just fucking run. Yeah, just run. Run for a wall, climb over it, because they can't climb smooth surfaces.
What if there is no walls? Then just climb a tree, right?
Yeah, no, they can climb trees.
The
Oh
claws.
God!
Yeah, they've got claws which are about an inch long, which can delve into the branches of trees, into the bark, and once they get into human flesh, it's pretty much like having a velociraptor trying to tear at you.
That reminds me of a weird dream I had.
Go on.
I don't know why, but for some reason I was in this enclosure, and it was a cross between a velociraptor, like they had the big claws, but the top half of it was like a cockatoo, the ones with the fluffy feathers on top of the head, like the
Oh,
crest.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but for some reason they noticed I was there, and they were trying to chase me down. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Kevin Costner shows up, and he helps me get out of there. And I'm trying to run to the front door, and then I notice there's a wolf there, and I ask him, "Is that a wolf?" I turn around and he's gone.
Kevin Costner saw the wolf and he's gone, no, fuck that. You're
Which
on
is
your own.
ironic because Dances with Wolves, and I'm like, did I just see a wolf? I got lucky though. I was woken up in the middle of the dream, so I have no idea what happened.
Oh, that's good.
No, but then you don't know if the wolf was a friend, was a foe, was it there guarding the door?
I mean, it could have been what do you call it, spirit animal, for all I know.
Yeah, I can picture yours being a wolf or a furry snake of some kind.
That's called a caterpillar.
Oh, yes, cool. Caterpillars are little furry snakes.
I've always seen myself as a snake. A snake biting Trenchy.
A snake biting a snake.
That too, but mainly Trenchy.
I don't know. I feel like I threw the
Trenchy,
whole conversation
what's
off.
I think my spirit animal is like the hermit crab. I like being on my own, but I like people too, and I carry everything with me. I think the only thing new that I've got to report on, kind of like entertainment-wise, is I've joined a D&D game where they broadcast it live on Twitch. That's been
Oh, wow.
fun.
Oh, nice.
It's a bit weird. Hey, Dave!
Hello.
Trenchy, what's your interactions with lizards?
We used to have a lizard.
Did it ever attack you like the cats?
Oh, no. Season, and then one day its tail fell wide.
Its tail fell off?
Yeah, its tail fell off. I wasn't there when that.
That usually happens either for a survival trait or due to nutrition.
I think what happened was someone was over at the house, because I wasn't there, and someone scared it, and then the tail fell off and it died.
No.
I wasn't there, so I don't know the whole story.
It does sound like you're kind of like at an old style drive-through trying to get your order through. Like, I'd like to have the hamburger and fries. That's your turn, Trinity.
Oh.
See? Like that.
You got Trenchy, you gotta say,
we're out of fresh melted potatoes.
Yeah. or be like, our ice cream machine is broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just gotta say it. Say it, Trenchy.
Oh. Our ice cream machine is broken. Go somewhere else.
Fine, I'll go to Dairy Queen down the street.
Also, Deacon, I tried to make a character like yours. Like, see this profile pic I got drawn? I tried to make that, but I have computer, but I don't know how to use it on StreamYard, so I was like, can't do that. So I tried to use phone apps, but I couldn't do it either. I don't know how you do that.
Oh,
I
are you
tried to make
trying?
an avatar.
Oh, are you trying to make the avatar, or are you trying to use it on screen?
Just trying to figure out how I can make one and use it on StreamYard like this. Very complicated.
Apparently, Deacon's burps are very metal.
Oh yeah, they can be.
Rock and roll!
Basically, one day I can help you build one. And as for streaming it, that's easy. You just need a bit of software, which can be easily downloaded, and it's free. It's called VC Face.
That's how I'll be able to use it on StreamYard.
Yeah, I use VC Face all the time.
Because that was like my main problem is I actually got one going, but the app wouldn't let me use it on StreamYard, and I was just like,
Nah, that is a bit annoying. Yeah, if you get VC Face, either version 4.5 or version 5, it will literally hook up to anything. If it's got a webcam, it will allow you to use it.
what if you don't have a webcam?
Then it can't work. It works on motion capturing.
So I need a webcam.
Yeah, that's the one downside.
I can get a webcam.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to be a great webcam, just as one that can track your movement. There is another way to do it, and that's using 2D, but I have no idea on how to do that.
I guess I just need to like look more into it of how I can do it. Because would I have to use it on computer or could I use my phone for it? That's one thing.
As long as you can literally interact with it with point and click, then yeah, you can use your phone, a tablet, a computer, whatever's easier.
Because I tried to look up YouTube videos on how to use it on StreamYard, and there was just no videos. There's ones for Twitch and stuff, but nothing for StreamYard.
It's because it's usually written by people. I mean, here's a different one. Wrong button. Oh no.
Yeah.
Zoom. Zoom.
Not my favorite one though.
It was funny the one day when you shrunk yourself.
Oh, avatar selection. Where are you?
Yeah, the little one.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. I'm Bobadeek because I look like a bop and I got a head that pops.
Why is the head bigger
I
than
used
the
to
body?
be a redneck werewolf in a previous life, but they got me confused with the devil because my fur was red, so they used to call me Beelzebubba.
I'm Beelzebubba. Welcome to my hell. Over there is where you can get your beer. Yeah, you have to lift up the toilet lid. Yeah, just like that.
Trenchy,
Now this corner over here looks fine.
Trenchy, can you do your best redneck voice? Come on. Try it, Trenchy. Yes.
I just would have to think about it. Because I've done that before.
Do it, Trenchy. Do it.
Do it for your adoring fans.
You know you wanna.
You know your lips are pretty, and you want to tell us.
Oh God, I can hear that already. You got a pretty mouth, boy.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Oh, cool and handsome. Pucker up those lips for me. Yeah, just like that.
Whatever you do, if they say squeal like a pig, run.
Oh, I still gotta see that movie.
Oh, how about if we say instead of squeal like a pig, how about we're gonna make you squeal like a little muskrat?
Yeah, Dice got it. Did anyone else hear a banjo?
Although I do think it would be very interesting if they remade that, but instead of using banjos, they used dueling xylophones.
You're talking about Deliverance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that, but I've seen Southern Comfort, which I hear is similar, but not the same.
I've never seen it, but I've drunk some before. It's pretty tasty.
Mm. If the movie is any good like the alcohol, then we're in for a treat.
Oh, I liked it besides the ending. I thought it was pretty good. It's these military guys are getting hunted down by rednecks in the forest.
Sounds like Manhunter. A lone homeless guy abducted and is let in the woods and hunted down by rich hunters who are also pricks.
Keep on talking, boy. Keep on running that pretty mouth of yours.
Did I miss Trenchy doing the redneck voice?
No, he was too embarrassed.
He was too embarrassed to do the redneck voice, but we can do all sorts of things here. I mean, my Straz voice. That one, people say is like a Southern lawyer. Well, hello there. I'm here to, on behalf of everybody in front of me to say, how are you doing?
Here's my question, Deacon. Could you make an avatar of Trenchy?
Oh God.
Believe it or not, if I had the time and if I remembered how I did this face, I could make it so he was nothing but a floating trench coat.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, Trenchy, the possessed trench coat.
Yeah, just keep your hands away from his pockets. If he starts unbuttoning, run.
Yeah, because he's not there. He's not a phantom. He's the Invisible Man. So that's called an accidental, unseen flashing.
It's still a wardrobe malfunction.
Well, aren't you a goat, Trenchy? Aren't you supposed to be a goat in a trench coat?
I'm a goat on the inside.
Then say bye.
Bah.
No, it's more.
Yeah,
Hear a
that's
zipper run.
like a sheep. But
As a
sheep are
Texan, I
assholes.
can say you got a decent country boy accent, Deacon.
Oh, that's awesome! Because I've been working on my voice acting, so that's good to hear.
Oh yeah, you do really good.
Yeah, you just need to relax your jaw a little more to get that drawl.
Oh, you mean like this when I say it's time to describe you auntie, which is where I have a head, 2 arms, and 1 long leg.
Sounds a little better.
You
Sounds
don't
a
need to
little
run
better.
when you hear a zip. You need to run when you hear the Christmas tree.
Oh God.
When
Yeah,
you
Is
see
that
the
going to become a running joke?
when you see the trench coat and hear Christmas hymns, run for the hills.
I don't know why I see rapist Christmas trees when I get tired. Well, that doesn't happen all the time, but it happened.
Don't. I have nothing to do with this. This came from the mind of our boy Trenchy.
I think you're all right as long as you're not dreaming about velocities.
I don't know what that is.
It's a velociraptor cockatoo.
That's kind of awesome.
Why can't we all just collectively dream about a mushroom cloud?
I don't like atomic bombs. Or porn.
What? What do those two similarity?
Well-
Ramen.
Well, they're both mushroom shaped, and usually when it's over, there's a big sigh, and nothing else happens.
And you're still left with a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, what a mess.
Okay, I can give you guys that. I can give you guys that for similarity.
Rancid mayonnaise.
That's not mayo. That's hair gel.
Oh. I don't know, but if you wind up with coleslaw, something's wrong.
Oh yeah. If you end up with
I don't like-
coleslaw, then you need to have something checked.
I don't like coleslaw. It tastes gross.
I don't like coleslaw because I hate raw vegetables in mayonnaise. I hate raw vegetables in mayonnaise. It's horrible. It's disgusting.
Ranch dressing counts.
Yes, Rasgrensin counts in that, so does most side dishes. I will refuse to eat something that is that gunky. Unless it's pudding.
Or trenchy.
Pudding's good.
Oh, but although Trenchy is tasty, he might be a bit of a snack, I know, but he's not my flavour.
Trenchy, how do you taste?
Oh, probably salty.
This is
Wouldn't you taste like-
Trenchy.
But when you taste like salt, I mean not salt, but cheese, because you eat a lot of cheese. Wouldn't it be like a
Oh no, that's not true. Or I would have eaten myself by now.
See, now I've just got a bizarre song in my head. It's kind of like, look at Trenchy, isn't he amazing? Give him a lick. Oh my god, he tastes like raisin.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I wasn't really thinking of licking Trenchy, more just biting him. Because that's how you eat something, you bite it.
Unless it's ice cream.
True, but Trenchy's not ice cream.
No, but I'm pretty sure he's got some soft parts.
Well, what?
Don't worry about it, Trenchy. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what that means. I just gotta roll with it.
Exactly.
Don't forget to lean both ways.
What?
Just remember when I'm putting seasoning on you, don't think about it.
It's okay, Trenchy. We're just contemplating reenacting the Rocky Horror Show when it comes to Frankie. No, sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, meatloaf.
Oh. I get it.
Nem nem nem, Trenchy. Trenchy ta ta ta.
Well, at least they wouldn't be having meatloaf again, so that'd be good.
Well, true, meatloaf gets a bit boring after a while.
I haven't had it in a long time. I don't remember. I just know I liked putting ketchup on it.
Yeah, that's because it gives it actual flavour.
Yeah.
Meatloaf, the only substance that, if it's overcooked, is pretty much like fruitcake, can be used as a brick in a house.
Well, you could, when you bake it, you could boil it and bake it in beef stock, I mean.
You can bake it, you can boil it, you can fry it, you can even stick it in a shoe, because meatloaf is just like a potato. It's a nice treat for you.
It's the spam of dinner options. Even if you fry it, it still tastes weird.
Probably explains why it's one of those things that gets put into tins and shipped around to military camps and stuff like that. Spam in a can, meatloaf in a can, and stuff like that.
Mm-mm. You would think it was more like a prison camp.
I know, but they actually give that to soldiers, not to criminals. Criminals get worse.
Yeah, they get these weird dry protein bars things. Or I guess it depends on where you happen to be in prison.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
depends on the prison, depends on where, depends on the state, depends on if it's minimum security, maximum security.
Well, in Sweden, they get to like have jobs and they get to cook food with real utensils and they get to like do all these things that like regular prisoners wouldn't do. And I guess they don't want to commit crime. Like, well, some of them do, but more of them don't want to commit crime because they're actually, rehabilitated and allowed to do things. They're not treated like animals.
Yeah.
Why do you need rehabilitation when you can have just people killing each other and, crime and misery and, no rehabilitation? Helping
Man,
people.
I guess
Well,
that's more fun, but you gotta try.
if they're gonna die, let them do it and decrease the surplus population.
Aye, aye, Scrooge.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was quoting.
Among those people, I believe some could be rehabilitated, yes, but repeat psychological offenders, those who have a compulsion to commit a crime, you're not going to rehabilitate them.
Oh
You
no,
need
there
to
are a lot of
If
people
it's
go right back to it.
if it's compulsive, even if they're rehabilitated on the inside, they'll fall back into old habits as soon as they're out. That's my opinion.
I agree. Oops.
Well, sometimes prisoners go in for a minor offense and come out hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Sometimes prison makes them worse
Because they're
than they
poor.
were.
Well, they learn to
Oh
become
yeah,
better
sometimes they're
criminals.
forced. Oh, my bad, Kara.
No, I was just saying they learn to become better criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes even if you go on a minor offense, sometimes people will like be like, oh, you gotta go stab this guy or we're gonna stab you, and then they have to go murder a guy, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Heh.
Society, right?
Cyst society?
Society.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw this when Chillers Theater was asking about the software you use for your avatar.
Oh, not a problem. I'm getting links that I can post into chat. Because I'm watching on YouTube so I can respond and to give the view. Okay, and yeah, don't know if they pop up, but link 1 is for the actual broadcasting, and link 2 is for the creation. There we go. Yeah, I like to share the information because, hey, you never know who wants to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't shown up in comments. I can't post links. No.
I'm looking.
It's okay. It happens. Basically, I can just type in the things that I need to look for. There we go. Mahahaha.
Mahaha.
Mwahaha, mwahaha. Yep, there we go.
The
Let's see.
Maharaja.
Maharaja is here. Wah. But yeah, there we go. That's if you type in VC Face, you'll be able to find it. And if you type in Vroid Studio, you'll be able to find it. It's even on Steam for free.
Hmm.
Oh, but what would people like to talk about? Because I'm not going to take it over with VC Face. What would you like to talk about, Retro, Kara?
I don't really have any topics in mind.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be back.
Oh, no problem.
Can we
Ooh.
listen?
You
No,
don't
I don't
realize
mean that.
people pay money for that.
Some people do.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, not a problem, Chiller. But yeah, if you have any problems, I'm on Twitter. You can find me. And my DMs are always open. I like to answer questions for people if they have them. Oh, have you watched The Sandman yet?
I've seen that around. I have no idea what it is.
Oh, you know Neil Gaiman, right?
Mm-mm.
Neil Gaiman wrote.
Coraline.
Yeah, he wrote Coraline. He did American
okay.
Gods. He's a prolific author where some of his work gets turned into media. Whereas the Sandman, you know how they say dreams are like a different world?
Yeah.
Imagine if it actually was a different world where dreams existed, things manifested. You would need someone to control it, right? To make sure chaos didn't rule and people didn't get hurt.
Hmm.
That is Morpheus, the king of dreams, the king of sleep. And the series basically follows what happens when someone accidentally imprisons the king of sleep. What happens to the world when dreams are untamed?
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I only read like a couple of the comics, and it was really short stuff. But I'm interested to see how it goes. And they said the daughter of John Constantine's gonna be in it, so I want to see how that. I think that would be cool to see like a female version of Constantine who's not exactly like him, but I just think that's a fun concept. Him having a
Yeah,
daughter.
I don't know if it's his daughter. I think they've quite literally just gender swapped
Oh,
Constantine.
I'm actually fine with that too, because I've seen male John Constantine. I would love to see a female John Constantine. I think that would be a fun dynamic.
It
She
was
would be
good.
even more moody.
It was definitely good. I recommend the series to anyone who likes the weird, the unusual, the fantastical, and the downright gruesome. There's a few episodes in there that are very, very heavy. But yeah, I would recommend it.
Because I read a short of it, and there was like fairy tale creatures or fairy tale people, and like in the comic at least, and there was like death was involved, and there was a talking crow and a bunch of crazy stuff, and it was very interesting.
Yeah. If you go into it blind, I would say please push through the first episode. It gets better after that. If
It's
you go in,
explanation heavy.
Not explanation heavy, but they try and they draw out the points that you're dealing with something that is pretty much unkillable.
Huh.
I'm back. What are we talking about?
The Sandman series.
I would have fibbed and said frilly undergarments.
We're chatting about torture and execution via goat.
Yeah.
A goat who works drive-through.
Yeah.
Who kills you by oversalting the food?
Oh,
Wait, pooping in the food?
Who
that'll work
oversalting the
too.
food? Although, considering the conversations we've had tonight, I can see you standing over the chip spearer and just going, "Yeah, my secret sauce makes it salty."
Dropping little pellets into the burgers.
Oh, so quote Shakespeare while shitting in the food. That's even better.
Dear poop pellets, I knew them well.
Hey, hark! The window breaks, and it is the moon for his chocolate star. Yeah, we talk about all sorts of weird things.
It is the east, and I never piss in the west because I learned about the wind flow.
Now remember that you can go in any direction except up, because gravity is a law and not an optional rule.
Well, says you.
Well, true, but I don't know many people who have jumped off the cliff and managed to go upwards.
Well, you can go up, but there's no guarantee of the velocity in which you will return. The sudden drop is always a fun ride. It's the quick stop that you have to worry about.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of falling. I'm afraid of the sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If you've ever wondered what goes through the mind of a flying person as they hit the pavement.
Oh, that just makes me think of something slightly sad but also interesting. A engaged couple went bungee jumping. It was the first time for the basically fiance, but not the first time for the guy.
It was a setup.
Oh, some people thought it might have been a setup because she was hanging onto the rail, she was rattling, she was a bit nervous, according to everyone, and the guys have turned around and given her the thumbs up, so she's jumped. It turns out she wasn't giving her the thumbs up; they were giving her giving the guy the thumbs up. She jumped without the bungee cord.
Oh.
What happened?
Oh, we were chatting about all sorts of things, and then it just popped into my head about the story of a couple, a fiance, basically engaged couple, man, woman, standing. They went to go bungee jumping to celebrate. It was the guy. It was the guy's done it before, but it was the girl's first time. She was nervous. She was rattled. I think Kara's going in.
Huh?
I think no. I think new Kara's going again.
Oh.
No, I can still hear you. I was just muting because it was loud.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, but yeah, long story short, she got the wrong information and jumped without a bungee cord because she thought she was being given the okay.
Did she survive?
No, she landed head first 120 feet from the bridge.
My first question would have been, was there a life insurance policy involved?
Luckily, I don't think so. The guy didn't get anything, and they were able to prove that it was an accident because they recorded the whole thing. Yeah, the video's out there. You can watch it if you're brave enough.
I'm
I
not
don't
cool
recommend
enough to
it.
know where to find stuff like that.
Ugh, I'm creepy enough too. I'm creepy enough to know.
Well, I haven't been taught in the ways of creepy. I'm just a weirdo. Common
Yeah,
garden variety.
trust me, it's better to be just a normal weirdo, because once you delve into the creepy waters, you never see the world the same again. It's a weird
Yeah.
world.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Ignorance is bliss.
In some cases. In some cases, yeah, I'll agree with that. Sometimes you wind up with knowledge that you never intended to, and it's way more than you expected.
Yeah. It's like the age-old Lovecraftian deals. It's like, I want to make a deal for this knowledge. Oh shit, I've just realized how fucked we all are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do love Lovecraft. I don't love how he depicts people, but I love how the stories evolve.
Yeah, him as
Yeah.
a person is bad, but you know he make cool stories. But him
Yeah.
as a person sucks.
It's heavy reading. I tried reading one of the Cthulhu myths, and it was hard for me to follow. Not that the not that it's difficult to understand. I think it's the way he uses his words.
Yeah. Plus, that man does not know how to write dialogue. To be honest, he like the way people don't speak like that.
Yeah. Basically, if you're gonna read Lovecraft, try and read the modern adaptations of his work. It's where they've made it easier to read and they've altered a lot of the apparent racism, sexism, and homophobia that he has in it.
Oh, that's great. That's good. That's not
Um,
needed.
I have a copy somewhere that I was gifted, and it has the annotations on the sides to help with following. I haven't checked to see if they've been altered or if it's the original.
If it's got the annotations for word means, then it's probably the original. The the republishing, where it was kind of like, yeah, we need to make this easier for people to understand, so the next generation can enjoy the books. Yeah, they've made it in easier, plainer English, and they changed up descriptions of characters, so it's not white man good, everybody else bad.
I can see where some of that would come in handy, but it's the equivalent of dumbing down Shakespeare. You have to be able to read it the way it was written so that you can interpret it properly.
Yeah, I kind of hope that if people read the new ones and they want to learn more about Lovecraft, they read his older work. Just don't read it in hopes that he gives everyone a fair shake.
Yeah. I've heard about that. I don't know much about him. I'm more familiar with the work and the background of Edgar Allan Poe, but I guess most people are.
Well, I prefer Edgar Allan Poe, but yeah, like, of course, I don't know everything, but I know he was a shut-in. He was racist. He didn't really like people, and he was kind of a dick.
I just remember he was kicked out of West Point, which is a military academy, because he didn't really want to be there. I think his family background is he comes from a family of actors.
You guys are talking Edgar Allan Poe, correct?
Yes.
No, Lovecraft. Well, Edgar Allan
Well,
Poe.
we switched, but we didn't really give that segue. It just changed.
Oh,
It's all right. All right. Well, keeping up with the conversation, Edgar Allan Poe had actor parents, whereas Lovecraft had slightly well-off parents. Didn't act, but did sciences and research. But here's a fact for you about Lovecraft that kind of like sums up his mental capacity. He didn't, at the age of 12, he realized he did not have the constitution for math.
oh,
As soon as yeah, he couldn't do math. He couldn't do English. He never attended school. He's self-taught.
wait, he's a writer. How can he not do English? He's a writer.
I know.
Well, there's a good counter argument for that. A modern day person is Guy Ritchie, who writes his own screenplays or his own scripts, but he's dyslexic and he still manages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean,
Like,
there's
Yeah.
always a way around it as long as you're willing to find one.
Yeah, for me, it's spell check. Thank God for spell check.
well, I think that English and have dyslexia, like, you just gotta find a way to work around it.
Mhm.
I'm always harder with that.
Yeah, for me, the problem I have is I always spell words phonetically, the way they sound. So if it's a simple word, but it sounds more complicated than it is, I'll spell it the way it sounds and it will come out as garble.
I,
That's
well,
very interesting. Oh, sorry, Trinity.
oh no, I was just gonna say, Deacon, I've never noticed it with you. I know you told me before you had it, but I just never noticed it in your writing.
Oh, spell check. I've got a special program on my computer that picks up on what I'm writing and automatically underlines what I've spelt wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do that too. That's why I use voice typing most of the time. It's just easier for me.
Yeah, because when you look at the keyboard, you're used to the alphabet, and then all of a sudden on a keyboard, they've decided to take the alphabet, shake it up in a bag, and go, "Bleh, use
Yeah.
this."
It's all out
But
of
that's
order, which I don't know how that was determined.
Oh, it was because of old typewriters. They realised that if they put it in alphabetical order, due to the way people typed, it would get the keys jammed. So they had to change it so you could type 200 words a minute and still not get the keys jammed.
There's no way I can do 200. Yikes.
Yeah, that was the average for a secretary back in the 1920s.
Jeez. I can do 40 a minute and my metacarpals hurt.
Or think of a stenographer, the ones in courtrooms who have to literally take all of the notes on the machine. Every word that is said, doesn't matter what it is, has to be typed down there and then.
Mhm.
But that's very interesting that Lovecraft created all these fascinating monsters, and he didn't know English and all that.
Yeah, he couldn't. If you asked him to sit down and give you an English literature class, basically how the language evolved or anything like that, he wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you asked him to write down a sentence or write down what you were saying, yeah, he could do that. He just couldn't be very creative. That's why a lot of his words are taken from arcane dictionaries.
That's probably why I have trouble reading it then.
Yeah, his vocabulary is quite literally, let's say, 18th century smart science. It wasn't written for the average person to follow.
Yeah,
He did create some fascinating creatures, though, like Cthulhu and all that.
And Dagon.
Like some mind-bending monsters, which I like. That's why I like SCP. I like all those kind of, earth-shattering creatures and monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a racist, so there's that. There's a downside to him.
No one's perfect. And you also have to consider the time.
See, there's one mystery we're never going to get solved, and this is about Edgar Allan Poe. What actually causes death?
True.
Yeah, we're never going to get that answer.
Right?
That is very true. We will most likely never know.
I will say it was a bag of marbles. Case closed.
he was like, "Oh, let me get my marbles." He drops them, slips.
Or are you talking about a Macintosh or a blackjack?
No, I was thinking like the actual glass marbles, but I was thinking more along the lines he ate the entire bag.
I found my marbles and I'm never letting them go again. Gulp.
We gotta think about this. If you actually think about it, marbles are kind of like they kind of lure you in. If you think about it.
Whoops.
It killed Trenchy. The marbles got Trenchy. No.
It's because marbles are goat turd shaped.
It's because we were chatting about marbles, so he decided to play with his.
That sounds wrong.
Oh, I know.
Hey, now, we don't need any of those kind of.
See, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. So I open up the door. If you guys want to walk down that path, feel free.
Yeah, I was actually thinking we've been on for 2 hours. It's probably a good stopping point, and we can leave everybody with the gutter brain moment.
Not a problem. That sounds like a plan, because this has been fun. I didn't even realize that, and 90 minutes has passed.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. I mean, it was fun chatting with everybody. Thanks for stopping by.
Nah, anytime. As soon as I realized you were going to be live, and it was kind of like, yes, perfect time for me. I was going to be here no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad people came in and stopped by. I know it was super random. I didn't announce the stream because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, or if I was going to have time, or if nobody was interested in stopping by. But
Well,
I'm glad people came in.
I'll stop by.
You know, you
If
got
I'm-
friends here. If you send out the weirdo signal, we'll turn up.
Now I'm
It
going to
doesn't-
start
it
wondering what
doesn't-
that looks like. A giant W.
Well, I'm pretty sure Trenchy sends out that signal more than anyone else.
Yeah, I
true.
see it a lot, but I'm usually getting ready for bed at the time.
Yeah, he usually when he sends those invites, it's 5 to 6 a.m. for me, and it's like, damn it.
Well, see, I show up to like a few of those, but usually around when he does them like midnight, because like sometimes I'm just asleep, and then I'll be like, Trenchy, you sent me a link at 5 a.m. What are you expecting me to be awake?
Pretty much. Yeah, he's a lovable guy. I love the fact that he is pretty much the social glue that keeps us all together.
Yeah. Well, him
He's-
and Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
they're-
two are nice, and I just realized I was about to call them Sticky Brothers, and that sounds wrong. Trash and Trenchy, the Sticky Brothers, keeping things together.
The question is Trenchy going to return to us? Is he going to be able to tell everyone hasta la vista?
He
I
might
doubt
actually be tuning in right as we're clicking off, or I don't know if he's watching and
it.
waiting for everything to shut down.
Trenchy, you out there? If you are, put something in the chat.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and say good night right there. It's been a good 2 hours. I've had fun hanging out with you guys.
It's been good, and it's been long overdue, I think. It's been great chatting with everybody. It's been great chatting with you. And yeah, he's hoping next time I make it on time.
Oh, no worries. I know it was super random, so that's why I'm saying I'm glad anybody made it.
Well, it's been awesome, and yeah, definitely next time. If you, even if it's just a few hours' notice, I'll definitely try and be on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm hoping to make this a weekly thing, since I don't want my channel to be completely just crickets singing. So I'll probably wind up doing Saturdays instead of Sunday. Today was just a last minute thing.
That works for me, because on Saturdays I finish my game at roughly the same time. So
Okay, that'll work then.
Yeah, I don't like. I know I'm not on the stream a lot, but I'll show up if you're doing streams. If anyone's doing streams, I'll show up.
Well,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, send out the weirdo signal and we'll be there.
Alrighty. Well, I'll go ahead and say good night to everybody else. Thank you for people of the chat for stopping by and joining the conversation.
Night, night, all. I hope you had fun. See you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Stay frosty.
Hasta la vista.